From the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know at the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution, I'm Joel Norwood with your agricultural news. Well, looking out the studio window right now, it does look like some darker clouds on the horizon, and goodness, we need it. Ohio having its worst drought since the U.S. Drought Monitor began in 2000, and our own Matt Reese earlier today down in Morgan County with beef producers who are in the heart of that.
Talking with Austin Wiseman. He's a cattle producer here in Morgan County. Austin, can you just briefly tell me about your operation?
Yes, we have a 250 mama cow, cow-calf operation, and as well we finish cattle between 700 and 800 head. The drought's really worked on us, not only in the crop sector, but as well as the pasture sector. We do a lot of rotational grazing, so that is required more moving, typically 3-4 days. You move. Now we're moving 1 to 2 days. We've had to supplement a lot of hay, unrolling hay, just so everybody's got something to eat. Water, we've pumped a lot of water. We haul water every day, about 6,000 gallons a day.
Where are you hauling that water from, and how do those logistics work out?
Actually, we're using city water now. We have a tap on one of the farms we're hauling from, and also where the main water plant is, just hauling it on trucks to wherever we need it.
You also got to keep those cattle in good condition and alive in a dry situation where there's not enough water. How are you managing all that?
It's taken a lot. We've had to do a lot of changes. Like I said, we've started feeding hay. We've supplemented some corn. There is one group we've started feeding a little bit of corn silage too, just to try to keep the body condition in place so that we can keep them in production, getting rebred, things like that.
How much rain have you guys been working with here through the growing season?
The month of August, we had 8/10 the entire month.
That's a challenging situation. I've been talking with Austin Wiseman. He's in Morgan County dealing with the drought of 2024.
Farmers all around Ohio feeling the pressure of the drought, but most specifically down in southeast Ohio, where it is ranked as extreme drought conditions. Our prayers are with them. Matt also caught up with Gary Haynes, dairy farmer from Morgan County.
Gary, can you just tell me briefly about your operation?
Yeah, we got about 150 head of dairy cows, and we got about 60, 70 head of beef cows. We run about 700 acres plus another 700 acres that we rent.
Now, how has the rainfall totals? How have the rainfall totals worked out for you guys on your farm this year in Morgan County?
Probably 1.5 inches since mid-July.
Yeah, and that's not a good situation for hay production or pastures. How have you guys managed that?
We had abundance of corn silage, so we've been feeding corn silage around the road, and we pick all of our corn. So I've been grinding a whole bunch of feed and feeding ever since June, about 14 ton of ground corn.
And did silage harvest start early?
And we're going to start next week.
Okay. What's the moisture content of that corn out there right now? How's that shaping up?
The ear's just right to start bagging, but the stalk is. We just don't know how much water's in the stalk left now, so we're just going to start.
Mm-hmm. And along with dealing with the crop side and the challenges there in the rainfall, you've got to keep those animals in good shape, keep them producing milk and so forth. How are you doing that? How are you getting water to those cattle?
We got a pond that's 3/4 of an acre, and it's about half gone or more now. We pump it up to the cistern that has 25,000 gallon every other day, and we haul 2,000 to 3,000 gallon of water a day from Pennsville.
Wow, that is how do you logistically do that? How do you have time in your day to haul that water, milk those cows, and get everything else done on the farm?
It's a lot of fun.
Excellent. I've been talking with Gary Haynes. He's a dairy farmer here in Morgan County.
Good to hear a little bit of a lighthearted part of the conversation right there towards the end. More information online at ohioagnet.com in the coming days. And in just a quick bit of some other farm news, the latest net farm income report out from USDA shows a 23% drop in net farm income compared to 2022. Zippy Duvall, as president of the American Farm Bureau Federation, says that quarter of the income being lost for farms, not economically sustainable.
I'd like to ask how many households could withstand losing a quarter of their income in 2 years? It isn't just an economic hiccup for our farms. It's evidence of an agricultural downturn. I've heard from all our farmers and ranchers across the country that they are struggling. The latest census showed that we lost more than 140,000 farms in the last 5 years.
We'll be right back on the Ohio AgNet with markets after this.
Soybeans grown in Ohio and across the heartland are meeting the feedstock demand for clean fuels. Biodiesel is a clean-burning and reliable fuel that enhances engine life, power, and mileage. Plus, this high-performance fuel works in any diesel engine without modification. With biodiesel, we fuel the economy, do good for the environment, and support soybean farmers. Learn how using biodiesel can add value to every bushel of soybeans grown at soyohio.org.
Let's take a look at closing market numbers as they round out the week in Chicago. Unfortunately, down across the board as December new crop corn down 4.5 cents to 4.06 1/4. In March 2025 corn contracts 4.24 off 4 3/4. November soybeans 10.05 down 18.5 cents per bushel as March 2025 is 10.36 off 19 cents. Markets thanks to Seed Consultants, simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. At the Merck, October live cattle $2.08 down to 175.18 as October feeder cattle dropped $3.63 to 230.95, and October lean hogs 79.50 down $1.20. October milk 7 pennies lower at a price of $22.79 for Class 3. More farm news online at ohioagdat.com, including weather, markets, and much more. I'm Joel Penorwood. Thanks for tuning in to the Ohio Ag Dat.